My name is Marla Carrico, and I am a real estate broker and the owner of Carrico and Associates Realtors. We were growing rapidly. I had just opened my own brokerage, was hiring some people, and needed some advice. Well, I really did, because I wasn't sure it would be worth the money. Would I really use his services? Would it be something I paid for and didn't use? And I was very pleased that it was more than worth it. I knew Scott and how personable he is and how approachable, and that was really helpful to me. I felt comfortable telling him, hey, I've got this question, I've got this issue, and that was very important to me. And then the access plan to me was everything, because then I knew I could control the cost. I knew I wanted his advice, but I needed to know I could afford it. If I have a question or a concern, then I contact Scott, and then he gets back to me, and then we problem solve. He'll either help me come up with a good plan for something new that I want to start, or he'll help me come up with a solution for a concern that I have where maybe within a transaction or some issue within real estate that I have a concern about, and he'll advise me through that. His accessibility, I really like that I can get a hold of Scott. And I've even gotten a hold of him because I have a client with a concern. I can tell him the concern and then send my client over to him. And I know that when I have an issue, I can get a hold of Scott, and he's going to help me. The one thing that I can, actually there's two things. The two things I can really attribute to working with Scott and Reib Law is I feel very confident about how my business has grown and the way I've handled different forms and structure where he advised me, and I feel very good about how he's helped me set that up. And then I feel like he's helped me learn how to think about things from the right perspective. If someone were considering, but they were unsure and they called me, hey, should I use this? I would say do it. You will be surprised how he is more than just an attorney answering a question. He's almost like a business coach, where he will talk you through the issue, help you think about it from a bigger perspective, from a legal perspective, what your options are, a smart way to proceed, or a smart way to plan, or a smart way to grow, and he'll help you think through whatever it is that you're working on. And I have found him to be very accessible, approachable, and it has all exceeded my expectations. Don't hesitate. It will go the direction you're trying to go without exposing yourself legally or failing to take some proper action that would help you protect yourself, your assets, your plan, your business, because you just didn't know. He'll help you think through all of that. The best piece of advice Scott had given me was about my property management side of my business, because I already had the people and the systems in place to handle what we were working, but it was a smaller block of properties, maybe 20, 25 properties. And I was describing to him some of my concerns, and he was very direct with me, and he said, it's time to grow it or dump it. And I don't think I would have thought of that myself, but when I considered what he had told me, it didn't cost me anymore to add the extra properties with the systems that I already had in place. And so that was a great piece of business advice from Scott about zooming out and look at my business from the big picture and advising me on next steps. And that was just very, very helpful. One of the things that Scott brings to the table that I think is unique to Scott and Reib Law is his ability to coach you through not just a pinpoint legal question, but your entire business.